Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om Sumukascha Ekadantascha Kapilo Gajakarnakaha Lambodharascha Vikato Vignarajo Vinayakaha Dhumaketurganadhyakshaha Phalachandro Gajananaha Vakratundaha Surpakarno Herambaha Skandapurvajaha Shuklam Varadharam Vishnum Sativarnam Chaturbhujam Prasannavadanam Dhyayet Sarva Vignopashantaye Yasya Dviradavaktradhyaha Parishadhyaha Parasatam Vignam Nignanti Satatam Vishvaksenam Tamasraye Gurur Brahma Gurur Vishnu Gurur Devo Maheswaraha Gurur Sakshat Parabrahma Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. With Bhagavan's grace, let us continue. Now, Dharma finished talking to the Bhumi Devi. Idam, number 24. Idam mama achakshva tava adhimulam vasundhare yena vikarsita asi. Kalena vate balinam baliyasa sura architam kim hrutam amba saubhagam. Tell me the real reason why you are sad. Now, Dharani Uvacha, number 25. Dharani is Bhumi Devi, Mother Earth. Bhavan hi Veda tat sarvam Yat mam dharma anuprachasi chaturbhi vartase yena padehi loka sukha avahaihi. Bhavan hi Veda tat sarvam yat mam dharma anuprachasi chaturbhi vartase yena padehi loka sukha avahaihi. Now, the Bhavan, thou respected sir, she's addressing Dharma. He certainly Tat Sarvam Veda, Bhavan Veda, all the things that you have, Mom, Dharma Anuprachasi, or the Mom to me Anuprachasi, you inquired about, that all the things, Bhavan Hi, Dharma Veda, Tat Sarvam Veda, you know everything, you know all. You are the one, Chaturbihi Vartase, and the Padehi Vartase, Chaturbihi Padehi Vartase. On 4 feet you manifest yourself. Okay, now let's look at the significance of that. We shouldn't immediately think, as we discussed probably 1 or 2 sessions before, we have to be very careful in understanding Dharma, okay, and not limited to our limited understanding. So, Chaturbihi Padehi Vartase, you manifest yourself, you ask me so many things, but you know the answer yourself, because you are the one who's manifesting on 4 legs. And by doing that, Loka Sukha Avahaihi, for all the world, for all the universe, you are increasing happiness, Sukham and comfort and happiness and well-being. You are doing that by manifesting on 4 legs. Okay. Now, among all the creations, there is only one creation that is not following Dharma, and that is human being. Okay. Out of 8.4 million types of creation that Bhagavan has made, there is one, which is the Manava, which is a human being that is not following the Dharma. Everything else is following the Dharma as prescribed by Bhagavan. So, when we talk of the 4 feet of Dharma, Dharma, Artha, Kama, Moksham. And so for us to live, these are called Purusharthas. And the Purushartha means what is the essence of our life. Why have we taken birth, right? We have taken birth so that we conduct ourselves in such a way that we are never born again. Because only when you are born, then death follows. But when there is no birth, there is no death. So that is, but to achieve that, our elders have given us, there are 4 things we have to do in our life, okay? Dharma, Artha, Kama, Moksham. Dharma, Artha, Kama, Moksham. Artham. something that we're all very familiar with, especially nowadays. We all immediately think it is wealth. Artham is not only monetary wealth, but it is all types of wealth. Okay, all types of wealth and resources required to sustain ourselves, okay, to live in this body. It requires us resources. Now, all those resources have to be obtained, have to be gotten with dharmam. Dharma artha, dharma kama, that is the way it should be combined. Then moksha will automatically come. And when you do dharma artha and kama moksha, that's the way we should live. That means we should be leading whatever wealth we earn, whatever resources we have, in order to sustain ourselves, to live. We should not be more than that. We should not be greedy, because greed is an extremely dangerous illness. And so to have contentment, to live well, to live properly, so dharma artha. While we are living that way, kama moksham, we should always be interested and desirous of seeking, why have I born? What should I do so that I am not born again? These are the various types of questions that we must ask ourselves all the time. Another thing is, there is all kinds of desires that come to us, which is again kamaha kamakrit. Bhagavan, we say kamaha kamakrit kanta, we say in Vishnu Sahasranamam. Bhagavan himself appears in the form of desire, but the desire has to be directed toward the right object. That is where we make mistakes. And so dharma kama, all the desires that we have should be based on dharma. So artha, the wealth we earn, the resources we earn in order to live well, and the desires that we have, that we go through, all those should be based on dharma. Then moksham will automatically come. So this is the simple way that dharma manifests itself in a personal way that we can all relate to, right? And this is what, and if you do it the right way, when all the four legs of dharma are manifested. If I manifest all the four legs of dharma has always got these four. It's always fully stable, because it's a very stable support, and it never declines, it never shakes, it never wavers or anything at all. But if I manifest this purusharthas the right way, in a dharmic way, dharma artha dharma kama and dharma artha kama moksha, in that way, then what happens? Then sukha avahaihi, that's the way it is prescribed. Then my happiness, my well-being, and happiness and well-being of the lokam itself, of the world itself, will only increase. That is the meaning of that slokam. Bhavan hi veda tatsarvam yatmam dharma anupruchasi chaturbhihi vartase yena padehi loka sukha avahaihi. Now 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. Let us take it together. Satyam, Saucham, Daya, Kshantihi, Tyagaha, Santoshaha, Arjavam, Shamad, Damat, Tapas, Samyam, Titikshaha, Uparati, Srutam, Jnanam, Viraktihi, Aiswaryam, Sauryam, Tejaha, Balam, Smritihi, Svatantaryam, Kaushalam, Kantihi, Dhairyam, Mardavam, Evacha, Pragalbhyam, Prasrayaha, Seelam, Saha, Vojaha, Balam, Bagaha, Gambhiryam, Sthiryam, Astikyam, Kirti, Manaha, Anaham, Krutihi, Yetecha Anye Bhagavan Nitya Yatra Mahagunaha, Prartyaha Mahatvam Ichadbhihi Naviyanti Sma Karhichit, Tena Aham Gunapatrena Srinivasena Sampratam, Sauchami Rahitam, Lokam Papmana Kalina Ikshitam. So, Dharani, the Bhumi Devi says, basically, now Bhagavan, the Srinivasa, who has all these qualities and more, the qualities that, the great qualities that never decline at any time, at any place. And those are the qualities that everybody would want to possess. Those kind of qualities he has got and more. And he is a reservoir of all gunas, even though he's gunatitaya, beyond all gunas, but all the gunas also he is a reservoir. And why now he has left this world? Sauchami, so I'm thinking about it, I'm grieving about it. Rahitam, without, we have lost him. So when he is no longer here, when the Avatara Purusha is no longer here, now Kali has entered, and the lokam, the world is going to suffer through sins and commitment of sins and injustices and cruelties and violent acts and violent thoughts and all that. All this is going to happen. So only misery and sadness is going to come. That's why I'm grieving. That's basically what the Dharani says, what Bhumi Devi says. Now let us look at it. Number 30, we covered it last time. Let's go through it again. We're going to take it backwards, 30, and then the 29, and then 26, 27, 28. So, the 29, the very first line is, Yete cha anye Bhagavan nitya yatra mahagunaha. So, all the yete cha, she is referring to all the gunas described in the previous slokams, which we will cover in a minute. And yete cha, all these gunas, anye and others also, Bhagavan, this Bhagavan who's most effulgent, nitya, eternally, yatra mahagunaha, with whom these great gunas are there, tena, by him, aham, myself, okay, rahitam, the loss, losing him, devoid of him, sauchami, I'm thinking of him, I'm grieving, I'm sad, because we have lost him, rahitam. Who is he? Gunapatrena, the reservoir of all these gunas and more. And the gunas, that so much so that everybody wants to have these gunas, but these gunas never decline in him. It never declines in him. Even like Akshayam, Akshaya Patram, you take whatever Saulabhyam, all these things you're going to see. Bhagavan's guna never decreases, but everybody wants to possess those gunas. They're so attractive and so likable and so adorable. Therefore, Mahalakshmi herself left her own abode and took refuge, permanent refuge at the lotus feet of Bhagavan. She falls down and touches Bhagavan's lotus feet in so much humility, an exemplar of humility, Vinayam, and gives herself completely. Then Bhagavan's heart melts. As we are going to see, that's another gunam that Bhagavan has got, Mardavam, we are going to say. He is so sensitive, soft-hearted, soft like butter, his heart is, okay? So when somebody surrenders to him, giving himself completely at his care, Bhagavan's heart will melt. So he bends down and picks up Mahalakshmi and gives her the place in his own heart, which is Hridayam. Okay? And that is Srinivasa. That Sampratam, recently, Rahitam, we lost him. That's what I am thinking, Sauchami. So Lokam, Papmana, Kalina, Ikshitam. This Kalina, Ikshitam. Now Kali has now started looking at this world. He's come here, the grip of Kali. Okay? So now, Yete cha, now Mahagunaha, Yete cha, Anye Mahagunaha. All these gunas, all these great gunas, Anye, other gunas also. What gunas is the Dharani is describing? Let us go to slokam number 26. Satyam, Saucham, Daya, Kshantihi, Tyagaha, Santoshaha, Arjavam, Shamaha, Damaha, Tapaha, Samyam, Titikshaha, Uparati, Srutam. Now, Satyam, truth, as we say in English. Okay, and Satyam, truth simply means something that does not change one way or the other, does not change even the slightest amount, and remains exactly the same through the three aspects of time. Okay, it does not change because it is Kalatitaya, it is beyond time itself. So that is Satyam. Okay. So Satyam on a personal basis is prema, selfless love, expressed in speech. That is Satyam. Okay. Saucham is purity. Pavitram pavitranam cha is Bhishma says in Sahasranamam. That Saucham, where does purity come from? What is the essence that gives purity to things? That Saucham. It is just not cleanliness. To us we talk of cleanliness. Saucham deshe, Bhagavad Gita says, when Bhagavan instructs us to how to do dhyanam, and he says, Sauche deshe, pick a clean place. Right? But cleanliness is not what it is. Bhagavan, this is no purity itself. Okay? The thing that gives purity, the thing that cleans everything, the thing that purifies everything, that purity, Saucham, Daya, Bhagavan's love. Daya Satakam, Bhagavan Desikan has composed 100 verses on Tirumala Balaji. Everything is like a treasure, a jewel it is. And very difficult Sanskrit, but phenomenal experience that melts your heart. That Bhagavan's Daya is incomparable. And it's a love that Bhagavan has for not only his devotees, but for everything in creation. Because I see myself in you. You are myself. That is what Bhagavan says. You are me. There is no difference. So that Daya Bhagavan has, which is love. Kshantihi. Now Kshanti comes from Kshama. Now that's a very important human attribute to develop. This is Bhagavan's quality. These are all qualities we ascribe to him. And when we ascribe something to him, he correspondingly acts that part to please us. If I think of him as Kururam, as very angry, as Durga Devi, for example, then you will see anger only. When Narasimha came and with a roar and Hiranyakasipu thought he was very angry, and he roared and all that, moved around, everybody was afraid because they all projected anger on him. But what did Prahlada do? He did not see any anger at all. Even Narasimha asked him, are you not afraid of me, my child? He says, why should I be afraid of you? I see only a form of love. So whatever guna that I ascribe to Bhagavan, he appears like that. And Shantihi, what is the guna here that I am projecting on him, which I must cultivate by projecting on Bhagavan? I want to cultivate. I want to imitate him. I want to be like that. Emulate him, not imitate. I want to emulate him. So, Kshama is a very important human quality to develop. So is Daya, and so is Saucham, so is Satyam. All these are all qualities each one of us must aspire to develop. And these are all not just divine qualities. They are all human qualities. The moment I become those, then that's the next step. I can become divine itself. Sathya, Dharma, Shanti, Prema, Ahimsa, Kshama is the sixth quality of human value. And Kshama means forbearance. There is a difference between Kshama and Sahana in Sanskritam. Sahana means patience, to bear something. Now, because you don't have a choice, because something more powerful than you, your boss is telling you something, so you bear it. But Kshama is not like that. Kshama is forbearance of every happening as a gift, a signal gift of Bhagavan's play. Even when you have the power and the wherewithal and the means to change something, but you don't do that. You accept it as Bhagavan's gift. That is Kshama, forbearance. Forbearance not in a negative way, okay, not in a helpless way. No. Forbearance as Bhagavan is playing on me. This is his play. He is doing this to me. So I bear it very happily, like the way Prahlada did. That is Shantihi. Tyagaha. Tyagaha does not mean sacrifice as we think of something in our human terms. It is generosity. I have something and somebody wants it, I give it to him. I share it to him. Not in the sense of I'm giving it to him. It's a question of sharing, parasparam, mutual, because everything belongs to Bhagavan. This tyagaha in our limited vocabulary we can describe it as generosity. Santoshaha. Santoshaha is the happiness that comes out of contentment. Okay? Of being contented with what one has, with what one gets or does not get. That what is that feeling? We all get happiness when something goes our way. But then that happiness is only short-lived. After that, you buy a new car. You're so happy when you buy the new car you've been wanting to buy. After that, what happens in a day or two or a week? What happens? What happened to that happiness? That's gone. So these are all momentary, our happinesses. But contentment is enduring. Santoshaha, Arjavam, very important quality to develop in the spiritual field. And Bhagavan himself calls out this quality in Bhagavad Gita when he talks about his bhaktas, devotees. All devotees of Bhagavan will have this quality. Arjavam means straightforwardness, simple, no agenda, no hiding, no editing, straightforward. Just imagine how human relations will be if people are all straightforward with each other. Okay, Arjavam is a very important quality. Shamaha, Damaha, all these things come. Shamaha means a control of mind, restraining the mind to go the way that you want. Instead of letting it go all over the place. Okay, you control it. That control of mind. Damaha is control of senses. Okay, controlling the 5 senses that each one of us have. Actually, 5 plus 5 perceptions and 5 action senses. So to control them, keeping them in our control. Simply, how do you speak? Can you control your speech? Okay, even at the most provocative situation, can you control yourself from not hearing something when a gossip is falling on your ears? So these are the things that Damaha as an example is. Tapaha. Tapaha is austerity, right? To lead life, living according to prescribed code of conduct in a very strict manner, and austere. Austere means not so much as self-denying and going on fasting. No, not putting the body into lots of difficulty. That's not what it means. It's a mental thing, okay, of living in a very austere, a simple manner. Samyam, when you do all this, Samyam will automatically come. All these qualities, they're all interrelated, by the way. And if you develop one of them, all the others will automatically follow suit and envelop you on that. Samyam is equanimity. Okay, is what we call a balanced approach, balanced mindset. Okay, doesn't get too happy, doesn't get too sad, and if something happens your way, okay, Bhagavan's gift, something doesn't happen, that's fine. Humiliation, okay, Swami, you're knocking me in the head, a great encouragement comes, okay, Swami, now I need to be careful, I offer that to you. So don't let the mind go in a big amplitude and big waves and all that. That equanimity, okay. Titikshaha. Titikshaha is also very important quality, and that is the way probably we can say that is a fortitude, if you can call it like that. Like that probably comes closer to it. Titikshaha. The Kshantihi is forbearance. Okay. Titikshay is fortitude, a strength of mind that comes from resilience of the mind and all that. That when you have faith in Bhagavan, Titikshay will automatically come. Whatever happens, the mind will not waver. The strength will come. That fortitude, the mental strength will come. Now, Uparati is really, there are so many. See, when Damaha comes, Damaha we talked about as sense control, right? Now, classically, let's say that you like filter coffee, and there is a nice cup of hot filter coffee sitting on the kitchen counter. So your eye sees this, and immediately what happened? You desire that. And immediately you want it, go and take it. These things happen so continuously, like almost instantly. Now, suppose say I know that thing that I want, that I like very much is sitting there, and I control my eyesight from going there. That is one form of control, okay? moving your senses away from their sense object. That is a very important step in controlling the senses. But the control doesn't stop there. Even though I may not look at that cup of filter coffee, my mind may be thinking about it, right? So I have not controlled really. Whereas this uparati is beautiful. It's really the not bothered and unconcerned with the enjoyment of the sensual pleasures and desisting oneself from going after the sensual pleasures, not as a forced restraint, but because it really doesn't matter. It's irrelevant. So that you're not bothered with it. That is uparati. Srutam is all the scriptural knowledges that have been given to us through Shrutis, through the Vedas. Okay, that knowledge is Jnanam. Next one, going into 27, Jnanam. Jnanam is Atma knowledge itself, the knowledge of the self. Viraktihi, Viraktihi. Raktihi is attachment to Bhagavan. Bhagavan's lotus feet, that attachment to the self, being one with that loving God. So when that happens, automatically when you attach to Bhagavan's lotus feet, everything else gets detached. Okay, detachment is a result of attaching to something else. Detachment is not an action, it's a result. So viraktihi is that dispassion, the detachment, automatic detachment that of all the manifested materialistic created things and the attaching to the creator, then the creation becomes detached. That is viraktihi. Aiswaryam is lordship, rulership. He is a lord, he is a master. Now Sauryam. Sauryam is chivalry, that we all like, chivalrous quality in people, isn't it? So that is Sauryam. And Tejaha. Tejaha comes from, Tejaha, one meaning is effulgence. But where does the effulgence come from? It comes from a certain discipline that has been observed, certain code of conduct that has been observed and practiced and practiced and practiced, that creates this. When somebody is so pure, like Kanchi Paramacharya and all is, automatically they exert an influence on others, isn't it? Even thinking of him exerts an influence. That self-discipline and self-mastery that they have, that creates a certain influence on others as well as on the surroundings. That is Tejaha. Balam. Now, Balam is, we all think it is, yes, it is physical strength, but also strength of mind also. Okay. And Smritihi is memory power. And that is also very strong. Bhagavan Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, I remember everything, I know everything because everything is important to me. He tells that to Arjuna. So Smritihi is memory. Swatantaryam means completely independent. We are all dependent. We are all dependent variables, The independent variable is Bhagavan. He's not independent variable, he's an independent constant actually. So we are all dependent on him. So Swatantaryam is completely free, completely independent. Kaushalam. Kaushalam means when the expertise that we have in any particular field or any field or subject matter or whatever, the expertise that we have, the ability, the capability that we develop, and the skillfulness that we develop, that is Kaushalam. Kantihi is beauty, that is so attractive. Dhairyam. Dhairyam does not mean, we say courage, but courage does not fully capture that. It's freedom from any disturbance. Doesn't matter who comes and no disturbance at all, because that dhairyam you have. Now Mardavam, he spoke about it. Kind-heartedness. Bhagavan's heart is softer than butter. Bhagavan himself has said this. But that does not mean he is a pushover. Because next quality is also going to come. He is a stern taskmaster. Stairyam, one quality we're going to see very soon. I think the next slokam it's coming. Firmness. Bhagavan is unshakable. When he lays down a law and says, this is what you must do, you must do it that way. Even though he is so soft-hearted. His heart is like melt like a butter, but at the same time is also very firm. Okay, please remember that. He will melt only when the hot teardrops, when Bhakta's heart melts, yearns for him, that yearning itself is the heat that melts that butter of Bhagavan's heart. Okay, please remember that. Pragalbhyam, next one, 28. Pragalbhyam is phenomenal intellectual ability, a genius. Where does the genius that we call as genius comes from? The ingenuity. We call something as innovative, entrepreneurial, so many words we use. But what is that element there that creates? It is so creative and so sharp and so intelligent. The essence of that gives intelligence to intelligence, that gives creativity to creativity, ingenuity to what we call as geniusness. That is pragalbhyam. Now prasrayaha. Prasrayaha means this is beauty about Rama and Krishna and everybody you think of. Bhagavan, even though he is a master, he is also like a child, extremely accessible. Extremely accessible. There's no barrier at all with Bhagavan, and whether you're the loveliest person or the richest doesn't matter. Okay, like Sabari saw, and if you think of the Sabari and Rama discussion, you will now immediately understand what prasrayaha means. The gentility of how Bhagavan interacts with the devotees. It is so gentle, the way Narasimha dealt with Prahlada, when even Brahma and Indra, everybody were at a distance, with their hands folded, doing namaste. They were all scared. But Bhagavan is so gentle, and so that prasrayaha is that quality. Sheelam is modesty, very important for every one of us to develop. Okay, we must be modest always, humble. Even Rama is a classic example for that. Krishna is another classic example that came and went. Okay, and sahaha is the next word. Sheelam, then sahaha. Sahaha means determination, and like Dhruva was. Where did Dhruva get his determination? We call him Dhruva because he was so determined. But where did the determination come from? That quality is sahaha. Vajaha means splendor and vigor. That when you think of Bhagavan, so splendorous it is. And balam, we covered that. And bhagaha. Now bhagaha, the balam is, as I mentioned, strength of body as well as mind, as well as senses. Very important. The senses also, our senses are all becoming weaker and weaker because of overusage. But if you use them in a controlled manner, and they're with proper thinking, the senses can actually be made stronger. The strength of senses can be maintained. We will not lose my eyesight, I will not lose my hearing, etc., etc. Okay, so that is all balam. Bhagaha. Bhagaha means several things. Okay, in Sanskrit, a few of them I'm telling you. They say Bhagavan, right? Bhagavan is one who's got Bhagaha is Bhagavan. One who's got Dhanam is Dhanavan. One who has got Balam is Balavan. One who has got Gunam is Gunavan. Okay, like that. So Bhagavan, that Bhaga is means good fortune, means loveliness, it means dignity, grace, excellence, beauty, so many things, majesty, so many things are included in the word Bhagaha. Gambhiryam. Now, Gambhiryam is what? When we say immediately majestic. No, it's not majesty. No. Gambhiryam is absolutely unperturbed. You must see Bhagavan's face. It is like a poker face. You don't know what is going through Bhagavan's mind. But it will be phenomenal it is. Okay? Even the world may come to an end, it cannot shake him. It's absolutely unperturbed. That is Gambhiryam. Sthiryam is firmness. Okay? And Astikyam, faithfulness. Can you ever think of Bhagavan as a cheat? No. He's the most faithful, most dependable. 100% of the time, 100% of the places, all the time in all places. Astikyam, very faithful. Faithful to devotees. When Draupadi asked him, Bhagavan Krishna, why did you not come immediately? Okay? He said, you think Bhagavan was not faithful? He said, where did you call me? You said Dwarakapura, so I had to come from Dwaraka. The moment you said Hridayavasi, immediately I showed up. So, the Bhagavan is phenomenally faithful. If I think he is very close to me, he is close to me. If I think he's very far away, okay, then he's far away. That it's my projection, but he is 100% faithful. Okay. And kirti, of course, kirti means fame, reputation, whatever word we use, but I think you all know what kirti means. Manaha, very important. Manam in colloquial Tamil means, we think, shame. Okay. But we take it like that. But that's not Manaha means. Manaha means extremely adorable and worthy of being worshipped. Okay. When we say in Tamil, Manam Pocher, that means I'm getting shame. That's not what it means. What it means is I'm losing that quality of being worshipped. I'm losing that quality of being adored. If I do something that is not good, people do not adore that. So Manaha it means very adorable and very likable and worshipable because of the qualities. Okay. Anaham kritihi, absolutely absence of ego, no ahamkaram, absence of ego. All these qualities, ete, all these qualities, anyecha, and others, this Bhagavan, nitya, mahagunaha, always eternally, all these gunas are with him, and yatra, all these qualities, prartyaha, they are all worthy to possess. So these mahatvam, these are great qualities, worthy to possess, ichat bihi, and desiring to possess that. All these mahatvam, all these great saints and rishis and elders who want to go on the spiritual path, they all want to grab this quality, to embrace these qualities. You read Bhagavad Gita and Bhagavan says Arjavam is an important quality, then you want to be straightforward in life, right? So these are all qualities you want to imbibe. But these Mahagunaha, the qualities the great qualities that all the others also want to possess those, they desire those qualities naviyanti, they do not decline, they never decrease. Sma, ever, at any point in time, karhi chitta at any time, sma at any point in place, karhi chitta at any time, these qualities of Bhagavan never decrease. But those are the qualities, great qualities, and all these qualities and other qualities and others that everybody wants to possess. And they all want to possess that. But these qualities don't decline at all. It's an endless reservoir. And that Gunapatrena, that Bhagavan, that who is the reservoir of all these gunas, Srinivasavum Bhagavan, Sri herself came and took residence to live with him, okay, took residence in his heart, surrendered to him. And Sampradam recently, Rahitam, we lost him. Aham sochami, I'm thinking about that. I'm grieving about the thing that we lost, this Bhagavan Sri Krishna. Because of that, Kalina Ikshitam, Kali has now taken over rulership of this world, of this lokam, which is now papana. Due to all the papangal and the cruelty that's going to take place, the lokam is going to suffer. The world is going to suffer. The people are going to be miserable. The difficulties will increase. Sadness will increase. That is why I am grieving. Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om Samastalokaha Sukhino Bhavanto Samastalokaha Sukhino Bhavanto Samastalokaha Sukhino Bhavanto. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om.